Hi everyone, welcome to House Drama Big Today. I'm going to share with you Love Symptom 3 and starring and focus on Nan and Mac. So are you guys ready? Yes, they are the supporting characters, although they are not the main leading characters. They and It is the main leading characters, which is Li, Long, Shi and Frank. But I'm not going to do them in this video because this video is focused on Nan and Mac. So let's watch and enjoy because they are is so stunning. And yes, after watching the series, because They and It is quite disturbing, and as you can see, if you guys and girls has watched the series, you might understand where I come from. Some fans saying that it's very toxic relationship, and after watching it, I find it that this supporting characters Nan and Mac is the best, and it's not quite disturbing. But regarding that, Nan had this background, and as you can see that Nan is quite violent towards Mac because of what Mac has done towards It. And yes, so if you guys and girls watch the series, you'll know that this had happened before, and that's how that he's been captured by Nan. And because they actually let Nan deal with him, Mac, and that's the reason, that's why that Nan actually captured him. And that is not the main reason. If you watch through the series, you will know that in this video you will know that how it goes. Why did Nan actually recaptured Mac? Because of his possessiveness. And yes, so as we can see that, and yes, so in this video you will see from time to time They and It inside here because they are the main characters in Love Symptom 3. And fans has been asking, where is Love Symptom 1 and 2 that is not been aired? And some fans says that they are planning to do so. So is it true? I don't know. So there wasn't much information that is given to us, and as of now, so let's love and enjoy this Love Symptom 3. And yes, so you can see that Nan actually chained Mac and on his neck, and what did Nick find out is actually the chains are being embossed with the words of Nan and Mac on the chains. And yes, so you can see that on the screens. You can read it on the screens. There's English subtitle on the screen, but I'm going to explain further. So actually It knows that actually they asked Nan to release Mac, and but Nan actually recapture him and hold him as it is, and that causes Mac to be unhappy, and he is being tied up, as you can see, and they has forgot all his memories regarding the 2 years what had happened between the relationship of him and It. So he couldn't remember all this and what had happened, and what he instructed Nan, he couldn't even remember of that. So as you can see, and that's why he is puzzled, and he didn't talk much over here. As you can see that he just pushed Mac away from It, and he didn't ask further because he doesn't know head and tail. He doesn't know what had happened or what had transpired. And Mac doesn't know why did Nan recapture him even after he released him. So in this video you get to see this, and after this episode 5 you will see further what has happened and why did Nan recaptured Mac. That could be the reason. So I was thinking, as he mentioned, that he just want to make fun of him, insult him and humiliate him. But was that really the case, or was it because he's possessive of Mac and that causes him to recapture him? And he says that to It that and today that here he mentioned that he knows what he's doing, okay, and yes, so could it be that the cause of it, and you know, whether he realized it or not, okay, he might have realized it, that's why he recaptured him, okay, Mac, and that could be it, okay. But here, as they asked it, what happened, what has transpired, okay, between them, and he said, why is he involved, okay, between Nan and Mac and him, and here, as it actually explains to him, is something that was in the past, okay, and he doesn't want to mention it further. So everyone look at them, and he says that it's just like a high school friends, old friend, but they doesn't like each other, okay. And then, okay, they actually suspect that it's more than that, what he has explained to him, and he just, you know, has this, like, you know, heaviness in his heart and mind that it has more than that, okay, because we can see that here it actually says that it's nothing, you know, don't need to worry, just, you know, the party is being organized by everyone for you, you know, and you should enjoy it, you know. So he interrupted and actually cut it off, you know, and doesn't want him to ask further questions. So as we can see that, and so his friends actually organized this party for day, and as you can see, so here, okay, I actually put it quite full in this episode 5 because, okay, later on you will get to see what Nan did to Mac, and yes, so as you can see, and because after watching 12 episodes straight, okay, uncut version, I say that, oh no, I'm going to do this, you know, a small mini compilation of them, of Nan and Mac, because I find it, they are very interesting supporting role, and yes, so you know, the whole series is quite disturbing, and fans are saying that it's quite a toxic relationship, because the whole series, at first I was thinking, I say, after watching half of the series, I say, hey, why is it having a mental, you know, breakdown or something like that, you know, or is he too possessive of Day? But instead of that, I noticed that after they had the car accident, you know, he doesn't want to drive fast, and the doctor says that, you know, after they has actually done a race with him in the car, he fainted, and they brought him to see the doctor, and the doctor says, the psychiatrist says that they, you know, shouldn't do that because it had a panic attack and it could be dangerous and fatal. So they actually got a shock because they doesn't know that it has this panic attacks, and that's the cause of it, that he doesn't want to drive fast. As always, you know, they asking why you don't dare to drive fast, you know, and the doctor says that he remembers it was a motor racer, you know, a car racer instead, and a cyclist racer, but you know, why did he stop? And it says that because after the car accident, he doesn't even want to drive fast because of what had happened, and it's a phobia to him. So after that, you know, he has this, you know, mental breakdown. So the doctor says and advise him to eat, you know, medicines. And yes, so here, as you can see, Nan, okay, gave Mac the wine glass, okay, and what happened, okay, just continue to watch, okay, and you can see that here, over here in Love Symptom 3, there are 4 couples, okay. So I'm not going to mention other supporting characters, okay, beside, okay, Nan and Mac, okay, although the main characters is they and it. So yes, and so I will further explain because it's they and it, okay, as the main characters, but Nan and Mac is focused in this video, okay. And yes, so I watched the entire 12 episode of the uncut version. And here, as you can see that Nan actually drank the wine and placed his hand on each Mac's shoulder. So Mac actually spilled the wine on him, and you can see that, and he kissed him. So at first I was thinking that he mentioned that he wanted to insult him, to humiliate him because what had happened and what he did to it. And was it really the case? And as it was quite surprised and shocked, you can see that his stunned face over here, because he saw them kissing. And as you can see that Nan actually kissed Mac, and then what happened? Just look, okay, and you can see that, okay, here. So at first I was thinking, is it really the case of that insulting him and humiliating him, or teasing or make fun of him? And they actually look at them. And he was thinking, why is it looking at them? And it seems like more than it is, And what's going on? He wanted to know, but he know that it wouldn't tell him the truth, and that's the reason that he didn't ask him further. So after here, episode 5 ended, okay, and here, episode 10, Nan actually asked Mac to do a car race, and he says that if you win, I have a present for you, but if you lose, you will have to get a punishment. And look here, so it was there, and he asked, why do you do that? You did something to the car. And he says that it could have been dangerous, and what happened if he have an accident during the race? And Nan just says that he told him that he could get a reward if he wins, and if he loses, he will punish him. So it says that, why do you do that to the car? And Nan says that, I just want to get the result to be certain, And what if accident happens, Did you think this true? And Nan actually didn't think much. As you can see his face, okay, he didn't think much, but because he just wants the result that the race Mac would lose, and that he would punish him. And later on in this video, you will get to see what is the punishment is like, okay. And yes, so as I mentioned that I watched the entire 12 episode uncut version, and here, so it actually is not comfortable, okay, during a race, and they notice it, okay, after he knows that it has panic attacks, and he says that if it's uncomfortable, he can, let him know. And here, so they is actually Nan boss, okay, that's the reason that Nan is calling they boss, okay. And as you can see, and then Nan is very excited of the result, okay. So you can see here, then it says that today that you asked him what he did, okay, to the car, and Nan just looked at Dave, but he didn't tell him anything, and Dave actually remembers all his henchmen, and even his parents was dead, and even his lovely brother Knight. So he couldn't only remember it. Within the 2-3 years that he was with him, he couldn't remember anything of that. There's no memory of that. It was being removed, it was being erased after the car accident. So here, he knows Nan's, okay, character well, so he didn't ask him further, and he just watched the race, okay. And it actually grabbed the hand tightly, okay. And yes, so he's not comfortable, as you noticed that in this video. And you can see that Mac actually drove and did the race. And here, halfway through the race, he noticed that there's no brake, and he can't brake the car. And he says, what's happening, And he says, come on, go, and he just couldn't because the car just stopped. And yes, so instead of a high speed, the car actually stopped, and Nan wins the game. Okay, the race is Nan wins, not Mac, because Mac did the race and he lost the game because he didn't manage to drive the car. Okay, I think Mac doesn't know that Nan did this to the car. Okay, and yes, if he could have known, this wouldn't happen in episode 11. Okay, let's notice this. Nan did this to Mac, and so after watching here episode 11, I said, oh, so he did this, and that's what he wanted, the result, okay, to punish him. And so this is the cause of it. After watching, I said, oh, and realized that Mac actually submit to him. If you notice this, watch carefully, okay, watch his left hand, okay, and Mac left hand and right hand, okay, notice Mac left hand and right hand, okay, and yes, he submit to him before it came by, and he pushed him away. So here, then Nan actually asked him to buy food for him, get him some food, and Mac says that you starve to death, and he just walked away. Okay, and so here episode 11 ends here, and here episode 12, the final episode. So is Day and Eat wedding. Okay, yes, so this story ends with a wedding, yes, and there's a lovely story. Okay, and yes, if you guys and girls didn't watch it, go and watch it. Okay, it's so good. Okay, and here as you can see that Nan actually is moody, and he didn't want to wear his clothes to get dressed up for the wedding of Day and Eat. And someone says that let someone else get him dressed up, and then who walks in? Mac walked in. Okay, and he says, do you miss me? And he is so happy. Nan is so happy, smiling, and look at them, and he says, okay, we are the wheels, let's move out, and you can see that. So Mac asked, do you miss me? And it's been a long time. So Nan says, I do. I miss you dearly. And so everyone is watching them, okay, just like we are. And if you do, why are you standing there? And it's so lovely, isn't it? So Mac might have noticed Nan, what he did towards him is actually possessive and love. And Day and Eat might have explained to him why he did that. Okay, and yes, so we don't have the love symptom 1 and love symptom 2, so we can't judge what it just had happened because it's just a few episodes of Nan and Mac. And yes, so we need to have more of that, and to know that what has transpired and what has happened, and why did Nan actually recapture Mac. Okay, then that is a mystery too. And yes, because he disobeyed the instructions and he recaptured Mac. So usually that you can see that it seems like it noticed that they instructs Nan, and Nan will actually listen to him, but this time around he didn't listen to him. And yes, so it's a mystery. And here Nan says to Mac, okay, what he says over here is sweet. Okay, and he says that let's us marry next. And yeah.